Live and direct from the planet of Queens, New York, soccer senseis, Rodrigo Salazar, Elisa Artunda, joined by a special guest today, Chance Michaels from Third Rail, right? Is that the name of the support group? Yeah, so basically they're the biggest, the best, the baddest supporters group of NYCFC, a team that didn't exist, 2 years ago? But now it's full-fledged, and I guess I'll start off with that question, Chance. What is it like to support a team that really didn't exist like 2 years ago? I mean, how does that happen? How did you become a fan? You know, just take us through that, please.
Well, it was an amazing journey. We first started off as a loose collection of people online. After they made the announcement of the team, a bunch of us in the days and weeks following the announcement went on to Twitter, went on to social media, Facebook, started blogs, and just started looking around for other people who were also interested in this new team that was coming. And as we got to meet more and more people who were also interested, the group kind of grew out of that. We started having physical meetings in New York City in February of last year, so still a little over a full year before the team was actually going to take the field, and it just grew out of that. It's been quite surreal. I spent the couple hours leading up to that first home game walking around and asking every single person I could see, can you believe we're actually here? Can you believe we're actually about to go to Yankee Stadium? We're going to see this team play in person for the first time ever.
Yeah, so I mean, let's start off with the first thing that I remember from the team, which was the announcement of the jersey, and it was a little bit of I don't say controversy, but people were a little, I say, peeved that the strip, the colors were so reminiscent of Manchester City. Obviously, the team is owned by the Manchester City group. Would you have preferred another color scheme, or does it matter to you?
I actually, we had been given many hints in the months leading up to that we were going to get a sky blue shirt, so didn't surprise me at all. I know a lot of people weren't too happy with it. I mean, for my own part, I understand the club is owned by City Football Group, and they're trying to create a consistent brand throughout all of their teams. I actually like the idea of a sky blue shirt only because in New York City, that's a sporting color that's been unclaimed. You know, we have the Yankees are navy, and the Mets are royal, Mets and Giants are royal, and we've got green teams, and we've got orange and blue teams. We didn't have a sky blue team. This is just an opportunity to take a color and really make it ours. I mean, for my own part, I kind of wish they'd gone with a different sponsor. I think if they didn't have the same sponsor across the front, you know, such a prominent design element, if they didn't have the same sponsor across the front, it wouldn't look quite so much like Man City. But these are the things that we have to accept in order to have our team in New York.
Cool. I was actually been to the Yankee Stadium to watch some of the matches, so go ahead, Ellis.
Yeah, I watched both matches. I was actually there at the moment, the inaugural home opener, where the Third Rail supporters group were passing their way. We're crossing the street towards the Yankee Stadium.
Oh, excellent.
Why did you come up with the name itself, with the Third Rail?
The name was suggested by one of our board members, and we had a poll contest amongst people who were interested in joining. This is when we were just getting the group together. And I really like it. It's got some New York resonance. Obviously, it's a relation to the subway, which is the one thing that unites and binds all New Yorkers. And I like the implication of electricity. And that's the one thing that we want to do. We want to bring the power to New York City FC. We want to bring the electricity to Yankee Stadium. And so it was a runaway favorite when we went to select our name.
Now, you brought up MLS. What do you think of the new CBA, the collective bargaining agreement? Is this something that's good for the league, or is it going to keep some of the foreign good players out of the league? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it certainly seems to be a step in the right direction. And I have to say, I haven't read the entire agreement, so I can only kind of go by what's been reported so far. I mean, obviously, raising the minimum salary for all the players is a good thing, right? The more American players we can develop and we can keep here is a good thing for the league. And you know, the old minimum salary of, what was it, $32,000, $35,000? You know, I mean, even in Columbus, that's not a lot of money, and in New York City or San Jose or Los Angeles, that's really not a lot of money. Yeah. So you can't help but feel like we lost an entire generation of really talented young Americans who might have stayed in our league to other places around the world where they can get paid a lot more, even lower division clubs.
Okay.
So I think that's absolutely a good thing. I think it seems to me that MLS is still kind of in its growth, its opening model. You know, the single entity structure was deemed important in order to get the league off the ground. And in retrospect, it probably was. I mean, they've certainly survived this long, and they're growing, and that's a good thing. And the league is getting better all the time. I don't know how long that model is going to be sustainable if they want to truly become a global league. But it seems to me that the CBA we have now is at least a step in the right direction.
I know it's an expansion team chance, but what do you see their chances to making the playoffs this season?
Well, I have to say, my expectations are I just want a competitive club. I mean, it's obviously, it is, as you say, an expansion team. You know, there's a lot of openings in the playoffs, particularly in the East, that they could, find themselves in. But I want to be able to watch a team that's competitive, game in and game out, and that for the first year, if they can do that, I'll be very happy.
Does the supporters club travel as well in away games?
Absolutely. We were down in Orlando for the first game.
Nice.
We are currently selling tickets to, including and organizing bus travel down to Philadelphia, which is our next road match. That one's going to be a good one. Obviously, Harrison, New Jersey is going to be a big one too.
That's going to be crazy.
We've got a nice big allocation for that, and,
nice.
and we're looking forward to taking a whole lot of people in blue shirts across the river.
How would you join the Third Rail? Can you please tell our viewers what steps they need to take in order to become a member?
It's very, very simple. You can go to our website, www.thirdrail.nyc, and we have a link there to our online partner, Upper 90, who is selling and handling all of our memberships for us.
Nice.
We have a very lovely member T-shirt this year. You can either arrange to have it shipped to you, or
pick
you
that
can
up
pick it up from one of their locations, and we'll get you all squared away from there.
Chance, a question. About Frank Lampard. Did you take that as an affront? I was really a little pissed off about that. I mean, that whole thing went down. It looked really shady. It was like, yeah, here I am. I'm a NYCFC player, but no, really, I'm not really an NYCFC player. I play for the Manchester United group.
Yeah.
What was your feeling on that? What was the feeling of the Third Rail about that? That was a pretty big fuck up on their part. It
was very frustrating. And obviously, I can't speak for our entire memberships. We have almost 2,000 people, a very, very diverse group of opinions. But my real regret is the complete and utter lack of transparency that we had surrounding the deal. The terms of his arrangement with Man City weren't made clear at the beginning, or at least we were led to believe something other than was actually the case. It came out later that the commissioner said he knew all along that this was the terms of the arrangement, but it's... As someone who has only recently gotten into MLS in the last 4 years or so, and then the last 2 years really working at it, even I know that the transparency from the league has been a huge issue, continues to be a big issue, and it's going to have to be one of the things that gets resolved if they want to take the next step up. And that the league allowed this to happen is bad enough. It speaks to the tension that we're going to see between City Football Group as the corporate owner and the component clubs. And one of the things that the Third Rail has been doing is making noise to make sure that our club gets the resources that it needs. And we came out pretty strongly with a statement condemning City Football Group when it became clear that Lampard was not going to be here for the start of the season.
No, I really, I was really behind you guys with that because I've been following you guys on Twitter for a while. I thought that was perfect what you did. Also, want to commend Upper 90 Soccer for offering a refund to people who, didn't want their Lampard jerseys. That's really, I mean, as a business, that was
Upper 90 Yankees, great. They're great guys.
Yeah.
I've loved their story for many years.
Yeah.
I was thrilled to be able to partner with them, and I was really, really pleased that they came out strongly there.
But I don't want to end on a sour note. Last question. There's somebody in New York who is getting into soccer who is right now between teams, whether it's Red Bulls or NYCFC. What do you say to them for them to become NYCFC third rail member, diehard?
I say, come up to Yankee Stadium, sit with us, or sorry, stand with us, watch a match. You'll have a lot of fun, and you'll be a third rail member by the time the game is over.
Wonderful. Chance, thank you so much. Good luck with the season. They're playing really well from what I've seen, and you know it's going to be good. It's fun. It's great to have more teams here, and it's going to be good. We'll have you on again once the season progresses, once they win the MLS championship, and you know we'll be celebrating.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, thanks, Chance.
Thanks, guys.